I'm proud to be a member. It's a privilege to be part of such an important organization.
Hatzalah is our first line of defense. We are extremely lucky to have them in our midst.
My radio follows me everywhere. I always need to be ready because emergencies don't follow my schedule.
I marvel at our members' dedication. In over 35 years, there has never been a call that wasn't answered.
They're messengers from heaven. We owe so much to Hatzalah.
I'm grateful to be able to give back. Every call is a teachable moment for my children and family. When someone needs help, you run.
There's no such thing as a stranger. I don't know who's calling for help, but I know that Hatzalah transcends neighborhoods and labels.
We owe his life to Hatzalah. They were first on the scene when his heart stopped beating. They saved our baby's life.
Hatzalah.
I very much wanted to have a home birth, but I didn't dream that things would go so wrong. Yodi was born at 8:14 on a Friday morning. It took a few minutes to realize that his meconium aspiration was too severe just to be suctioned out by the midwife. And I was just like, he's gonna start crying any minute, but he wasn't.
Every couple of seconds he was like gasping for air.
The midwife went, you need to call 911. We decided to go with Hatzalah, and thank God we did.
This is H-Base, any units for Reeds Lane and Cedar for a baby possibly not breathing.
They came, it was like in 2 seconds it was ground zero outside. Everybody was here.
The baby was clearly unresponsive. We started CPR immediately. Within a minute or two, the medics arrived and started doing advanced life support.
When you walk into a baby that's not breathing, there's no time to think, you gotta act. Put the patient on the cardiac monitor. And we saw that the baby had a heart rate of the 30s. For all practical purposes, the baby is in cardiac arrest.
I prepared myself for the absolute worst.
The baby's whole life starts playing in front of you. You're responsible for the baby's life.
They were totally in control. They knew exactly what they were doing.
The whole team knew exactly what needed to be done, how to do it in the most efficient and quickest way.
That alone gave me a comfort feeling. I'm in good hands.
They rushed into the hospital, had to stabilize him. His heart was going all over the place. There was Hatzalah guy on the stretcher with the baby doing CPR the entire way.
The baby was still in very critical condition. It was unclear what the outcome would be.
In the middle of the way to the hospital, they stopped in the middle of the road and they intubated him in the ambulance. Shlomo Katz, he was like on the stretcher and held him, pumping. And Gershi did the intubation.
Once it had an airway, we administered epinephrine down the ET tube and continued to the hospital.
By the time we got to the hospital, there was a whole team of Hatzalah members. Aside for the medics and the EMTs, they had psychologists and a lot of support staff and administration came to help the family through this.
Even at that time, I was like thinking, wow, people really care. It felt like a little family formed in the last couple of minutes.
The doctor at St. John's actually told me that the baby had flatlined, and he had never seen a baby come out of such a severe situation and do such an amazing turnaround. If not for the quick intervention and him being intubated right away, he probably wouldn't have made it, never mind coming out of it without a scratch like he did.
It was a real heart to it. It felt that they really cared. They really were looking out for the betterment not only of the baby but of the family, and everybody should be okay. What's going on? Do you need anything? For 6.5 weeks we were in the hospital.
The baby was in critical condition for a very long time, but Baruch Hashem pulled through and is doing great.
The birth was 8 weeks later. We invited the paramedics and some of the Hatzalah guys to come over.
They were very emotional seeing him like that. They did not expect that.
It was probably the most emotional simcha that I've been to.
The baby that was blue was crying by the bris. It was, wow, it's unbelievable that the baby came so far.
It's vital in a situation when you go through a trauma, more than the technical stuff. There is also an organization that feels for you, cares for you.
We tend to take Hatzalah for granted, and sometimes we can even get annoyed with speeding cars and the lights and sirens. But it's not until you have a life and death situation of your own that you realize how important, what an essential role they play in our lives.